This community of care is created through our work and time together. This is our covenant to walk together in loving fellowship, to share our hopes and values. As we pass these baskets, we thank you for the generous gifts which support the work of this religious community and Unitarian Universalism in the world at large. With hearts of gratitude, we will now receive today's offering. This congregation is a community of ourselves. Its energy and resources are our energy and resources. Its wealth is what we share. As we contribute to its life, we affirm our lives within it. So once again, as happens every year, this is the Sunday before Thanksgiving. And last year, I wrote about the circumstances, the unique circumstances that it seems like we've been in year after year, that for the first time, well, not for the first time, 2 years ago, people were thinking, I'm going to stay home. And then last year at this time, we were thinking, do I stay home or do I feel safe enough to go out and be with family and friends and loved ones? And There was still this air of anticipation and hope that soon there would be a vaccine, which we had this time last year, and soon this pandemic would be over. And we're here today, still in that hybrid space, but I just counted, and I think I counted almost about 50 people here in the sanctuary with me today. And there are a number of people on Zoom with us today. And so it feels not that we're back to normal, because what was normal, we're entering into this new era, this new reality, but it feels really, really nice to be here together through the computer screen and being able to make eye contact with people here in person from this podium. So I think in a lot of ways, we're moving forward, and we're bringing some of the wounding and the scars that we have from the last few years, but we're moving forward and we're doing it together. And so today, as I've been talking about all month and was once again shown to us today, I'm blending thoughts of gratitude with the reality that life can be hard, that we're not totally out of this pandemic. We're not totally out of a somewhat toxic political system. We have not transcended all of the bigotry and hate in this world, and I don't know as human beings if we ever will. And yet, here we are today, singing together. And so, as we reflect on the idea of gratitude as a spiritual practice, I just want us to take some time to think about what it means to be here in community together. And I came across a post this week on Facebook from one of our congregants, Ernie, who posted a beautiful, beautiful words. And I asked if I could quote him today, and he said he would be honored. But I just thought this little phrase that he wrote was so beautiful, and really it could be my whole sermon. I could read this and then sit down. But he wrote, "Her movements in the kitchen were slow and deliberate, performed with grace. It looked like an orchestrated dance. A meal emerged gradually. The whole process took just 5 minutes more than a rushed version. When asked what she had done, the woman replied that she had been mindful. She had enjoyed every moment. She paid attention to every movement. Very satisfying." Five extra minutes for a meal prepared with pure intention, joy, and loved, and gratefully received with that same intention and acknowledgement from the person that she prepared the meal for. I have to say, I think that's 5 minutes well spent. And we can all do that with everything we do. We can do that today during coffee hour. And that's why every Sunday I ask you to take a deep breath and make eye contact with somebody and just say welcome, which I actually forgot to have a stew this morning. But it's very simple. The whole process only takes 2 seconds, but it offers a connection that is eternal. Because when we make genuine eye contact with somebody else, offering a genuine smile and genuine welcome. It takes just a brief moment of time, but the contact, the connection is eternal. And in fact, in many ways, if you think about it, that kind of expands time. And I was talking with one of my friends a few days ago, and she talked about how she felt like time was going slower for her this month. And then she said, but what I realized is that I've been going into these moments where I experience pure gratitude and love. And perhaps those moments are eternal, which means that when I'm in those moments, there is no time, of which the essence means time will be slowing down for me. And I thought that was so interesting and such a beautiful thing to reflect on. Can we or do we slow down time when we move into those eternal moments of divine love and connection? And so then I began to wonder if gratitude, living gratitude, is nothing more than deepening layers of consciousness. And as we take the time to move into those eternal moments of divine love, of eternal blessing and gratitude, as time stands still, perhaps we are just going a little bit deeper each time in that process of opening up our relationship with the divine in whatever capacity we understand what that means. I was listening to a podcast this week, and the speaker had us do a short sort of meditative reflection. And they asked us, and I'm going to invite us to do this, that I invite you to just close your eyes and think back into your past and just visualize the people in your past whom you have loved and who have loved you. And now I invite you to visualize the people in your present whom you love and who love you. And now I invite you to take it one step further and make room and extend an invitation for all of the people, the friends, the loved ones, the family in your future, whom you are still destined to love and who are destined to love you. Those people that we haven't yet met, who are meant to be part of your thread of love. And when I did this meditation this week, I had this aha moment because I realized I'm not done with love. I think back in my past and think of people I've loved. There's people here, every one of you is in my heart who I love now, but I hadn't realized that there will always be people in our future coming to us, coming into our lives, who we will also love. And we need to not forget that. And it's just a beautiful reminder that we are never alone, ever. We may be We may be going through times in our lives, and we may have at times in our lives felt alone, moved into times of solitude. But I can promise everybody that there are people who love you now. There are people who have loved you in the past, and there are and will be people who love you in the future. And how exciting is that to think about all of those people who we haven't even met yet? And so today the invitation is maybe we can take a little bit of time and open our hearts with love and gratitude to say, for those people who are meant to join us, you're welcome and we're ready for you. And what is that going to look like? To me, that kind of brings an idea of joy, because love is eternal and joy is eternal and connection is eternal. And I look at that tapestry, that quilt that was created with joy and love many years ago by many of the women in this congregation at the time. And I love the idea that if you look at the front of it, it's perfect and it's beautiful and it has intention, and the panels all demonstrate what the artist wanted it to look like. But when we look at the back of that tapestry, you'll notice the threads, they cross each other and they're a little bit chaotic, and it's this beautiful, beautiful chaos on the back of the tapestry that creates the beauty in the front. And each one of us has a thread, and each one of us cannot be part of a tapestry without interacting with the other threads. And so we're never done interacting with those other threads. And to me, I like to think about that. It reminds me that love never ends, and that love will come around in our lives over and over again, even with people we have not yet met. And so as I was thinking about that, I was thinking about the longevity of nature and the wisdom of the trees who have seen generations of humanity come and go, and yet their roots stay strong and grounded. The unconditional love of the animals in our lives who feel our pain and companion us with their presence. And it is true that we don't find hope by ignoring reality. And so we don't do that today. There is pain in the world, but we do find hope through clarity by taking a clear assessment of what is around us, and then knowing that we can do something about it, knowing that we always have the agency to change things. So if we take a little bit of time to look around us for everything that we don't want to see, perhaps there is a seed that we need to plant so that something different rises up in the spring. So we look around, and over the years, we have seen conspiracy theories about why democracy can't last and why it doesn't work. So what if instead of going into those conspiracy theories, we plant seeds of truth, seeds of educating ourselves on how our electoral system works and setting the course so that the citizens of our country have a much better understanding of what one vote means. We look around and we see friends and family and neighbors who we love and care for, who are maybe still feeling or being a little bit manipulated with mass media. And so we stand strong by planting seeds with facts, teaching our children math and logic and science and rational thought. We plant seeds of some rational thought. And we see around us the fear and the anger and the racism and the bigotry. And so what we do today in spaces like this, we plant seeds of love. We plant seeds of gratitude. We plant seeds of justice. We plant seeds of compassion. We plant seeds of hope, and we plant seeds of connection. Because when we are connected in those eternal moments of time, we're strong. And we are so strong, and we're so much stronger together than apart. And when we think to ourselves or sometimes question, well, what can this little Unitarian Universalist congregation right here in the middle of Grand Junction, what can we do? I think we never want to underestimate the power of a few seeds being planted, because those roots go deep, those trees rise up, and the roots and the love, it stays strong. And so I just want to close today. We, in our chaplaincy group, we're talking about Buddhism. And one of the things we talked about yesterday are the 4 noble virtues that we were talking about in Buddhism. And they are loving kindness, compassion, equanimity, and I love this last one, joy and happiness in the well-being of others. To me, those are some pretty good seeds to plant. So today, as we are closing out with a beautiful, beautiful music called We Say Thank You, I want us to think about those 4 virtues once again as we plant these seeds: loving kindness, compassion, equanimity, and joy in the well-being of others. And so today, as we hold it all, the light and the dark, the joy and the pain, the frustration and the anger with the hope, the love and compassion, I say to all of us, I say thank you.
I am saying thank you. I am saying thank you. I am saying thank you. Thank you is my practice. I am saying thank you. I am saying thank you. I am saying thank you. Thank you is my practice.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Your way